Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. A little disclaimer before I jump into this video. I have my kids playing like right over there, and so it's inevitable. Oh, right on cue. Hi. Wow, you guys were totally not in here when I had it off. Once I start talking, they come. Okay, as I was saying, they're probably going to be popping up during this video at times, so sorry not sorry. If you're new to my channel, which I know that I've had a lot of new people join my channel, and I just want to say welcome. My name is Kayla. I am 27. How old am I now? I feel like after 25 I forget. No, 26. I'm 26. Wow, that's terrible. I'm 26. I'm a mom of two. Stay-at-home mom of two, I guess I should say. And so hence why they're gonna be popping up. But basically this video, I wanted to film really quick and update you guys on where I'm at with my pregnancy. This will be the first pregnancy update that I'm making, so I'm basically going to be covering the first trimester, except that I'm not fully through the first trimester yet. As of today, I am entering my 10th week of pregnancy. So I'm going to be going over weeks 4 through 9. I do have my notebook, so if I'm looking down, this is what I'm going off of. I have all of my notes and everything in here that I've been keeping track of as far as symptoms and all of that jazz, so we will just jump right into it. I have had a pretty easy pregnancy so far. It's also why I feel like I haven't made an update video yet, is because I just don't have a whole lot that's been going on. And also why I can cover weeks 4 to 9, because it's probably not going to be a long video because all my symptoms have just been minimal. So week 4, I had vivid dreams and stuff, which I had a few days before I found out I was pregnant. I had bloating as usual, which is common. Cravings, which is something that's different than I had with my past 2 pregnancies. I have definitely had more intense cravings this pregnancy, and starting earlier than I did with my other 2 pregnancies. Peeing often as usual, which is expected, and then also some changes that I noticed with my boobs, which I will not go into because, you know. So week 5, I think this was probably the most tough week because I got COVID, which, go figure, it would take me to get pregnant to like get COVID, because during this entire time that COVID has existed, I have not had it at all. I've been pretty good with keeping up with vitamins and stuff like that, just to help my body be healthy, not get sick as often, and all that jazz. So I got COVID and honestly it wasn't even that bad. I definitely expected it to be worse than it was, and I know that it affects people differently, so I can't say that in general COVID is not a bad thing, but for me it just did not hit me very hard. I'm sure part of that has to do with my age, but I do believe that a lot of it has to do with my overall health, and I am proud of the way that my body handled COVID. Filming with kids. So as I was saying, my COVID experience wasn't too bad. The first day it started off as a tickle in my throat, kind of like a cold was coming on, and I sounded congested, but I wasn't congested, so I thought that was kind of weird. Then the next day, I was blowing my nose a lot. I felt tired, which I wasn't sure if that was due to pregnancy or what, but I did end up having like head pressure and then neck and shoulder, like a neck and shoulder ache, which was really weird. It was very, very weird ache, kind of like flu aches, but just the fact that it was only in my shoulders and my neck was really weird. The day after that, so this would be day 3, I had a headache and I still had head pressure. And my taste and smell was off, and that's when I knew, and I'm like, no. So it really wasn't terrible. Like, the pain was just getting annoying, and I really didn't want to take painkillers because of being pregnant and everything. And I know that there's this argument about how Tylenol can be safe or is the safest option if you're gonna take painkiller while you're pregnant, but I really tried to hold off. Also day 3, I still had neck and shoulder pain, and that night I finally did take 1 Tylenol at night because I just really wanted to rest and I really needed sleep. So I did take that, and then I was able to sleep all night long, slept like a baby, except I don't know why they say that because babies don't always sleep very well. I don't know. Day 4, I had lower back pain, I had a headache, and I was feeling weak. my taste and smell was completely gone, and I was craving anything with meat. And it was terrible because as I was lounging on the couch, like watching shows and stuff, these commercials will come on with the, you know, like the fast food meat and stuff. And obviously commercials look amazing, and I'm just like having these cravings, but it was torturous because I couldn't taste or smell anything. So I'm like, what would even be the point? If I got the food that I wanted and was craving, it probably wouldn't even satisfy it. I don't know. I didn't test it out and see. But man, that is like torturous when you're pregnant and you're having cravings, but you can't taste and smell, so you can't satisfy them anyway. Like, I feel like that's the worst punishment ever. Day 5, I had intense lower back pain and cramps in the morning. And so that was kind of scary. The cramps were a little alarming. They kind of worried me. So the intense lower back pain was the same type of pain that I had when I had it in my neck and my shoulders. It just had moved down to my lower back. So that was really weird. Day 6, I could only taste hints of flavors and I still couldn't smell. Day 7, I could smell a tiny bit and I could taste more. By day 8, I could smell more and I could taste a lot more. And I was craving lots of salty and savory foods. And I would have to say that during this entire pregnancy so far, that's all I've been craving, which is kind of nice because probably gained less weight without eating all the junk food like sugary and stuff. But so yeah, and then that was it. Then that was it. Like, at that point, the only thing I was dealing with as far as COVID related symptoms was just the fact that I couldn't smell and taste 100%. And I would have to say that I think within 2 weeks, my smell and my taste were completely back. That was my experience with COVID. It really wasn't terrible. I kept on my vitamins and all of that stuff, and I only had that for like a week, 8 days, I think. So that basically sums up like week 5 was dealing with COVID. Week 6, okay, so here we go. This is where things got a little interesting and scary, and also why I had such an early ultrasound. Typically, I wouldn't have had an ultrasound until like 12 weeks. But on week 6, day 6, I had a little bit of spotting when I wiped in the morning. I know for some women, they will spot and the baby's totally fine. But for me, that's not something I was used to. So I got a little scared. It was on and off spotting from 7 a.m. to like 1 p.m. I called to make an appointment for an ultrasound. They really tried to get me in the same day, but it was just too last minute. They really couldn't squeeze me in. So they scheduled me for an ultrasound first thing the next morning, which was the first day that I would be 7 weeks. 7:45 a.m. the next day, I went in for a vaginal ultrasound and everything looked fine. Baby's heartbeat was actually 131 beats per minute, which was definitely relieving because I was really nervous. And they basically just did the ultrasound, and she said everything looked fine, but that the doctor would call me if there was anything that he saw that would be alarming. Now, the reason why I was nervous about that spotting, and the reason why I really felt like I needed an ultrasound, or why I fought with the idea, was because with my very first pregnancy that ended in a miscarriage, a missed miscarriage actually. So I found out I was pregnant and did not have my first appointment until I was 12 weeks, which is what I was encouraged to do, was to wait till I was 12 weeks. So I waited till I was 12 weeks and I went in for an appointment, and when they tried to use the Doppler on my stomach and get the heartbeat, they couldn't find the heartbeat, and that's when they sent me somewhere else. And this was in Belize at the time. We used to live in Belize, Central America. So they sent me to go get an ultrasound. When I got the ultrasound, there was no heartbeat. And they had found out that even though I was supposed to be 12 weeks according to my cycle, the baby had stopped growing around, I think it was like 8 days, or 8 weeks and 5 days. 8 weeks and 6 days, something like that. All of that to say that the baby stopped growing, and during that entire time I went several weeks where my body did not kick into gear as far as following through with like miscarrying. My body just did not miscarry when the baby actually passed away and stopped growing. And so I felt like from that first experience that I really can't trust my body, as far as I don't know if it would miscarry right away if the baby were to stop growing. So when I had this spotting at 6 weeks and 6 days, I was a little worried. And that's why I felt I needed to get an ultrasound. Aside from the ultrasound at 7 weeks, during the 7th week, I was craving lots of salty and savory foods as usual. I had an increased appetite like crazy. and I just noticed that I wasn't as tired as I was with my previous pregnancies during this part or this trimester, which is great, obviously. So week 8 was basically the same symptoms as previous weeks, and that's why I feel like this video is just not gonna be very long, but I have frequent urination. I was hungry often, craving meat. I want all the meat, that's all I want. Meat, savory, salty things. So last week I want to cover is week 9, which I wrote down, same as week 8. But I'm not sleeping the best. Anyways, I am, as I mentioned today, 10 weeks, which is exciting, in the double digits, woo! That basically sums up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to say thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I know that I have a lot of new subscribers, and I would love it if you would leave something in the comments below. I'd love to get to know you guys more. And I hope that if you are new and haven't quite hit the subscribe button, that you will decide to hit the subscribe button as well as like this video. Send me a comment down below. Let me know what types of videos you would like to see. I love ideas as far as what type of content you guys like seeing. But aside from all of that, I'm gonna go ahead and show you my belly, which I feel like is kind of more chub than baby at this point, but whatever. So I'll show you that, and then I'll show you the ultrasound picture that I have, as well as the little video of a little heartbeat. Aside from that, I will see you guys in my next video.